when you transition.
And we're live.
Hello.
Hello there. Mick's feeling really well today, just I'll let you know.
Feeling fine, it's alright. I've got my special go to a party on Saturday and things aren't going too well. Good evening, everyone.
Abby was on the water today.
Yeah, it is. It's water, yeah. I've just rinsing these tablets down. I've got a bit of a temperature and I'm not feeling too well. Finally made it. Yeah, we were just doing a setup. I've just been a little bit busy, and so we're just setting up. How many people's in? Everybody say hello. Welcome to the Proper Coils show.
Mick's trying to teach a noob.
Teach a new. I tell you what, I can talk for England anyway, so it was quite easy for me. Sometimes I can't stop. John needs to speak up a bit. Is your microphone on the
OBS, is it?
on the OBS? Is it full up?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm low on it.
I don't know.
La la la.
Yeah, you need to sing. Sing when you're in it.
I'll sing It's Coming Home.
Well, it is, isn't it? I don't know when that, but you know, somebody's coming home. So, shall we have a buffet?
Go on, yeah.
I haven't really got a lot up here, to be honest, because I've just come in a bit of a rush and I've had something to do, so I'm a bit stuck, really. I might just have a cigarette.
Don't do that, Mick.
Shall I show you what I'm not on? I'm not on the Voltro, because I'm going to take that apart and do a walk round of it to show everybody what a version 3 looks like, because I think I'm grim green. I've been on this a little bit today with some of Mr. Nevin's Smurflust in there, which is particularly tasty. I've got some of this, but I ain't telling you that yet today, but I probably will do. And that's it really, because I left it with the ones downstairs. Come up in a bit of a rush. So what are you doing on Saturday night then, John? Are you busy?
No, nothing on really. I got a message off Nick Devine.
Did you?
He's probably one of the biggest coil builders in the world.
So are you
most well known,
quite excited then? Are you quite excited?
No, it's all normal stuff, you
know.
Yeah. He's the guy I learned how to build from, so it's brilliant, you know. It's I wasn't expecting it at all. So he hit me a message in Instagram 2 or 3 days ago.
Bless him.
Said his message was, "For your information, I'd love to do a live with you." So he must have been watching me somewhere. I said it with you last week, so I don't know if someone said it to him or he was watching or what. But
well, he must have been. He probably watches the Late Night Vape Show. That's
what it is, definitely. Yeah.
If you notice, if you watch Grim Green, he sometimes comes out with comments that are very similar to what are on ours, like what you're vaping on and stuff like
Just
that.
Copyright.
So I'm sure he watches it as well.
Definitely. But somebody's watching anyway because someone must have said something to him, or I don't know. So it's Saturday night, 10 o'clock.
That's the trouble with people. You can't trust them to keep their mouth shut.
This was a good thing, but it was a good thing. So hopefully he's going to teach me more than he's already taught me already. He's the guy I watched when I was learning how to do my fused Claptons and aliens and whatever else.
Did you watch that thing with Grim Green where he was doing them staggertons?
Yeah, he's done really well with the staggered fused Claptons. He's done really well. Yeah. He's still struggling a bit with the aliens, but he'll get there.
It's amazing when people, because usually when you in any industry, people don't generally admit when they can't do something.
Yeah.
Like Bill, I mean, you ask him if he's a reviewer, and he'll say, "Oh yeah," but he never reviews anything because he's full of shit. But but not Nick Devine. He said, "Can you do them?" Oh no, can't do them.
It was good to hear. He said during Grim Green's show that it took him 6 months to figure out how to do aliens.
Yeah.
And it took me 6 months, so I was delighted to hear that.
That's right.
I'd say it takes a long time, a lot of practice, a lot of It's a bit like
Flat cap
jiu-jitsu.
vapors in.
Flat cap, how are you?
I forget it's not my show this, so I better shut up and you do that.
No, you walk away. It's a bit like jiu-jitsu. You just get battered for about 6 months, and then eventually you get better at it. It's good.
I can't make coils. What did you think to my? Have you watched my video with my new downward camera?
Yeah.
You're pretty impressed then. What is it worth having? Should I send it back?
Your round wire build was very good.
Say again.
Your round wire build, very good.
I don't know about the fitting. Wasn't very good, was it? Have you ever tried to put coils in a Goon 25? I don't know about you, but with a Goon 25, the easiest way to put coils in
Upside down.
undo the screws as far as you can, turn it upside down. Try doing that on the downward camera.
I had a Goon 25. I gave it to Wire with a Big G. He was looking for one, so I sent it down to him.
What, the 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like that. I'll be honest. That's why it didn't have any coils in it. But I was looking for something to put coils in.
For someone like Big G who takes pictures on Instagram, it's one of the more popular ones to take pictures on because you can get all angles of the coil. But yeah, it's very fiddly. I didn't like it myself.
Can I win on your show next time, Flat Cap? I think it must be my turn. You've got to apply to win on Flat Cap shows.
Yeah.
You know that? Yeah. I'm just applying now.
Revolut. Send him a Revolut, is it?
Say again?
Send him a Revolut.
Send him a bottle of... I'll send him a bottle of anything. I haven't got my earphones in. Is it rattling?
No, it's good. It's good.
I generally have my earphones in when I go on other people's shows because there's nothing the worse than you popping on somebody else's show and then ruining their audio with you not having headphones on. But we found with OBS it's usually more important that you've got them on than me if you're the caster.
Yeah.
Because we worked on this, me and Bill, blood, sweat and tears, absolute tears as well, on numerous occasions. Why will it not stop echoing? And it turned out to be the relationship between a cheap set of headphones and the microphone being too short, so it could actually hear itself.
Right, yeah.
So we cured it by just turning the volume down on the earphones. You know my PayPal, Mick? Flatcap Vapor at flatcapvapor.com. Just send it through. That was cool. I watched that show last week with Flat Cap. Did you?
Which one?
You better say yes.
Of course.
Now's the time you say yes. Yeah. But it's Newsflash. I like it. I think it's funny.
It is good, yeah. It's very good. Something
And it was
different.
nice to see Matty again. Matty's looking well as well because he's had a really rough time, hasn't he? I like Matty. He's a good guy. I like his collection of mech mods as well that he puts on Instagram.
Yeah, he loves his mix.
Some of them make your nuts go a little bit tight, don't they? So
I'm going to test out my low down camera.
does it show it? Is it crotch cam?
Basically, yeah.
Mm.
Let's see how this goes.
So it's going to replace you then, is it? Or is it going to replace me?
It's the magic of OBS. It's going to blow your mind, Mick.
I'm going to have to watch it on the phone then, because on here all I can see is a Zoom screen and then Bill waffling.
There we go. Get it?
No downward cam. I like the background. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a C920.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's the focus isn't great enough. I'm gonna have to upgrade to your new toy, I think.
Yeah. It'll take a week to come.
Yeah.
If you really want to splash out, if you won the lottery, these downward cameras go up to £500. They've got all sorts of things on the side of them. That looks pretty sorted, that, doesn't it?
I'm going to make a couple of sets of fuse claptors just so I can see how the camera works for Saturday.
You're going to do it now, are you? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll only take 5
Good
minutes.
idea. You can't beat a build stream.
The
So people who's watching, this is how you build coils, not like what I do with the round wire things.
two straight pieces of nichrome. What am I using? Nichrome 26 gauge, and I'm going to wrap them with 36 gauge nichrome as well.
How did you get that 920 to fasten onto that thing? That 920 camera, how did you get it to fasten onto that boom?
There's the 920 has that thread on the back of it. You know, like the standard thread.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I never thought of that. Bloody hell, wasted 100 quid here, Bill.
I think yours better, in fairness.
I don't know. We'll see.
I remember from my last builds, it used to play up a bit. We'll see. The thing I do need is a longer boom arm because I can't. It won't reach as far as I want. So
That's the trouble, isn't it? It's a bloody minefield, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when people see you doing YouTube shows, they think, look at them, they're on £1 million a week. No, correction, they spend £500 a week on bits.
Yeah.
And whichever bit you buy, it just needs a little bit more.
There's always something, yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have thought I would have had a squeaky chair problem, huh?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, who would have thought I'd have picked up on it?
Yeah. There we go.
What did you do? Get the oil out?
I tried everything. I took it apart and it's still squeaking. I oiled it. I sprayed it with the WD-40, everything. So I'm just going to have to buy a new chair.
You can spend that on something else now, can't you?
Yeah.
The thing is with chairs, they're a bit of a minefield. You can get £100 off Amazon and you think, oh, I've got a good chair. And then when you've been sat in it for about 20 minutes, you think, it's not really a good chair, this. I think I'll get a better one and give my other one to my grandson. So the first one was a 1 and the second one was about 3. But I wanted one of those posh ones that you see advertised on Facebook.
Right.
But they're about 500 quid if you get the XL version.
You're going to have to commentate, Mick.
Can't see it, that's the only problem.
Tell them what's happening.
So you've got to commentate.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not playing with my phone really. I've just got two very anxious brothers on the land. I'll deal with them. Well, I won't deal with them, obviously. I'll speak to them. If you want to know about chairs, Bill knows a guy. I hope everybody's hit the thumbs up and liked and subscribed.
Right, see, can we get this focused?
Have you got a special name for it?
For the camera?
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
I've not got a name for mine. The different reviewers have got, I think Bogan's is called Frank. Mine's just called Focus, will you? Is that the 125cc? What, chair? So what's your plans for the YouTube channel then? Are you going to go massive? Are you going viral? You're going to have more subscribers than Grim Green?
I doubt it. I still have to break 300, Mick.
Oh, you'll soon do it. Don't worry about that. Now you've got the thing going. It'll soon get somebody like Nick that other people will want to watch you. I mean, we never promote anything that you do, so but if we start doing that, you'll probably do a bit.
Yeah, you want to start shouting out that promo code a bit. It's not good enough, Mick.
It's become a bit of a joke, really. Every time I turn up on the show, see if you can get it out. I'll sit there talking to them with pots of your coils waving at the camera like this. Look at these.
The best is when you go on a live that has a coil builder sponsor.
Yeah. To be honest, I went on the Late Night Vape Show last week and they have an e-liquid sponsor, and I changed my name to 10% off Amatorium.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Using TLFS. Thing is, you know, you can change your name to what you want, even on your passport. I know somebody that changed his name to Galaxy FM #1 for R&B, and the radio station gave him 250 quid, and they were surprised
No.
how cheap it was. How cheap it was for him to do it. So his actual name was Mr. #1 for R&B on his bank card because they couldn't get all that on there.
On the back. That's how quick it is to make a few Claptons. These go.
Sadly, I'm going to have to watch that on the replay. Have you... those aliens look pretty sinister that you're sending out for the rule breaker.
Yeah, they're pretty big. 11 wraps at 4mm. They should work out. They should work out around 0.6. I didn't make another set to test the image, but it should work out close.
Yeah.
I hope it does anyway.
Well, Bogan recommended 0.68. I've tried it at 0.5, and that's like trying to vape a forest fire. But the ones I've got in there now are probably a 0.8 something, and they're a little bit too high. It just takes a while to ramp up.
Yeah.
But that should be an interesting fit on this downward camp, looking at that. It should promote some people that have been enjoying pods for a long time to think, I'm going to be able to get something like that.
I'm not living.
I don't know. I think there's people are different, aren't they? Some vapors are different. Some people are quite happy. They'll go and buy a pod system and just do that forever. And other people will... it's never enough, is it? You know, it's never warm enough. It's never not tasty enough. The coils are never big enough. And that's me.
Batman's a bit like that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sort of joke with him, 250 watt mouth too long, that type of thing.
I do get customers that are looking for like super low builds.
Yeah.
Like 0.06, 0.05s even.
Yeah. That's all right if you're in parallel, but
that's why I have a disclaimer on my website.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're going to vape this in parallel, carry on. I do know somebody that we shouldn't really talk about this, but he was an experienced vapor and stood next to a window while he was doing it, and he vaped a clutch at a 0.3. 0.003.
0.03. Jesus.
Which is 3 up from dead short, isn't it?
There's not
yeah, don't do that at home.
There's not a battery that's going to, in the world, that's going to take that.
Well, he was stood next to the window. I said, I'm just going to try it, see if it'll do it. And he was stood next to the window while I was doing it. And I'm not going to mention who he was.
How was Flat Cap anyway?
Was it Flat Cap? Yeah. Flat Cap's Advocacy Limited. No, if you've listened to this, don't vape stupid low builds. Just vape the ones I tell you to.
No, don't. All my builds on the website are very safe.
Yeah. Look at that. I love them. They're gorgeous, aren't they? I like the way you get that kink on your wires, and it doesn't distort the coil. When I ever make them, it always distorts the coil.
That's from doing thousands of them.
Yeah.
You get pretty good at getting them level.
Practice.
Yeah. So when's your next live? The weekend, yeah?
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
We've not got a guest on. We have been I have actually been speaking to a big reviewer, and he gave me a mention on his show last night and said he would love to come and do something with us.
Yeah.
But we're going to work out a time because he lives in a country that's upside down.
Work out a time and a price.
Yeah, I think there is a price, and it's not Bogan. I've already tried it. What I tend to do, and I've done it for years, I tend to get really drunk I used to drink whiskey once night a week, get really, really, really drunk. And then I think, right, I'll text all these people on Instagram. And it's surprised, like Heavy Metal Vapor got back to me the next day and went, yeah, sure. And you're like,
shit. And was it used that had Batman straight after that, was it? The week
Batman,
after? Yeah.
I can't remember. Hello, Mark H. Without your spanner. Yeah, we had Batman. Obviously, we had Mark. Was Mark? No, Flat Cat was our first guest, and we hadn't really got a clue how to sort of interview anybody. So it was a bit, but he was really, really patient with us, and I'll always respect him for that as well. He's a lovely guy. He's gone now, so we can talk nice about him.
Yeah.
He's still dead to us, though. Obviously, we had Dan on as well, didn't we? Big D Vapes, he's cracking that. Mark Solo, he was absolutely lovely. And then we got Steve on as well. Steve is hilarious. It was one of the funniest things we ever did when we got Steve on. Our sense of humour, Bill's got the same sense of humour as I have. And Steve Hudson's got the same sense of humour as both of us. So we had some fun on there. It was one of those where you thought, shall we just do another 3 hours?
When he's getting Herb on.
Herb?
Yeah.
I said he won't come on. I don't know why. I'm looking forward to getting roasted by him, but he won't do it. I was doing that little live earlier on today, and he was in the chat. I genuinely like him, and I've took no part in this particular thing.
Yeah.
It can be quite cruel if you're affected by that type of thing, but I'm not affected by that type of thing. I would see it the other way. It's been really fun. It's the sort of thing that makes me laugh. I mean, we were on the other day, and somebody said, "Oh, can you turn your lights down a bit? The shine off your head is damaging the pixels in the television." Well, you can either be like really offended because somebody's just been rude to you, or you can just laugh. So I just put a hat on. But that's my sense of humour.
Yeah.
You boys on the herb now, lol. Not the herb. Hello, Andrew. If anybody's over here that hasn't subscribed, if you would do, please, and then share it on your social media, because obviously John's got a massive, massive guest on Saturday night, which is going to be good for his channel.
It's going to be good for my building career, is it?
And your building.
I'm gonna,
probably not for your nerves, though.
I'd be alright. I'm gonna try and ask loads of questions about staggering, because that's probably the weakest part of my skills with building. I can do staggers, I can do stagger fuse claptons, but I can't do them as consistently as I'd like. Like I can do an alien with my eyes closed now, and I can do for aliens and staples, and it might take me 2 or 3 goes to get a perfect run of stagger fuse claptons. So I'm hoping to pick his brain. He might have a few tips for me, you know.
Yeah, he seems a really cool guy.
He is. Yeah, he seems. I've watched a lot of his lives.
What about Ken? Would you like him to come on with him as well?
I think that'll be a bit much now. It's bad enough.
Shall we save him till next week?
Might as well bring Grim on as well. Yeah.
They're only a message away, John.
I know, yeah.
Surprising what happens when you drink some whiskey.
It's pretty good. He's a tutorial for every single build, every single coil that's ever been thought of, which is pretty cool. He's put some amount of hours in, serious amount of hours, like putting up tutorials and lives, and he's earned his street cred.
He's one of because there is a lot of YouTube sort of reviewers and that. I mean, I put hours and hours and hours of stuff up. I don't know whether anybody likes it. I put it up because I enjoy doing it. And he's one of them, isn't he? He's one of them. And a lot of the people are like that as well. You can see with Kent, he's the same. They're on there and they're doing things and they're enjoying it.
Kent was saying during Grim Green's live that he gets obsessed with things. When COVID first hit, he just lived in the basement for a year and made coils for a year. I didn't
even say that.
Yeah.
I was sat there watching him last night when I should have been in bed, to be honest. But I love them sort of, them type of things, because there's a lot of the stuff now is nothing against pod systems, because if it stops you smoking cigarettes, no matter what you vape, whether it be a sub-ohm or a pod or a bloody pen system or a Joule even, or anything, doesn't matter what you vape, as long as you just do it. But it's just nice to hear some of the stuff. The one, I don't know if you ever watched the one with Bogan. A lot of people, if anyone's probably listened to me, they'll have heard me say this a million times. Bogan Batman, Big Lou, and
Heavy Metal.
Heavy Metal Vapor did that thing. Watch it. It was fabulous.
I watched it 2 or 3 times. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
It
was just so cool. Hello, free rider. So, and that's really my thing. And that big Lou sat outside like he didn't really care, you know what I mean? And he was just sat there, and he just wanted. It's like listening to, when you get one of the old guys at work and you're finding something pretty difficult, and you just sit next to somebody that's that cool, and then ever after that, you don't worry about anything again because you know how to do it because he just told you, really, really quietly, and oh right, it's not that difficult. When I first started doing this, I was a little bit nervous. I wanted people to watch, but I didn't want anybody to know, and anybody who knew me to watch. And I used to get really nervous because it had to be a show and it had to be perfect and it had to be all sorts of things. But it doesn't. It just has to be interesting.
Yeah.
And if you're interesting, people will listen to you forever. But that's why we don't get many people watch the Late Night Vape Show now because Bill's on it.
The Late Night Vape Show is good because I like it because he's literally talk about everything. He's talk about the war and his music and it's good. It's very interesting. Yeah.
Well, you can't always sit there and say, "Oh, we've got this product here," and then vape this way and stuff like that. Because you didn't used to walk into a pub and get a packet of Marlboros out and then explain it in great detail, did you? Because you just used to smoke them, didn't you?
Yeah.
No. And obviously, we're not at the area where people are sending us boxes full of stuff to talk about every week. I mean, it's nice now. We've got a Vaperesso on board. They've been sending a few bits out to review, which is lovely. Which gives you channel. You feel like you're actually working towards something, and it's not the fact that they're free. It's the fact because they're not free. They take 6 hours to review because you just get obsessed by it, and you just keep doing another little thing to it, and scrap it all, and get fed up. But it's not that. It's the kudos of actually somebody thinks, well, your production is good enough to warrant telling people about our product.
Is there much rebuildable stuff coming from them?
No. It's all
pods.
It's all, well, if you can call them pods, really. These are beautiful devices. You don't vape this for a week or two, so it's probably all going to leak out. But that's lovely. It's well made, well finished. That airflow system on there is second to none. There's no. I've actually, as doing a review, I've actually tried to get it to dry it by chugging on it, and it'll wick every time on the stock coil. You never get a little bit, and I've breathed in as deep as I can each time, and I've never got it. And the flavours, it doesn't, because a lot of stock coils are muted, aren't they, compared to a rebuild?
Yeah.
Once you've been used to using a rebuild, you start vaping a stock coil, and you think, well, it's all right, but it's a bit like it's like the difference between a Marlboro Light and what did they used to call them? Silk cut, where they used to put holes in the filter. That's the difference. I don't know if you had them over in Ireland, but they used to make holes, and they were supposed to be healthy because you got less.
Silk cut silver and silk cut blue.
Well, they were purple originally when I was a lad. And you used to get one of them, and you used to think, well, it's no Marlboro Light, is it? There's no American tobacco in here, and that's what you normally get with them. But they have a really good flavour. I did a bottle of Amatorium in there, and it was absolutely lovely. Oh, by the way, you can get 10% off a bottle of Amatorium at amatorium.co.uk.
I find the stock coil, a vape from a stock coil is it's not as wet.
That's right.
It's not as moist. I know people love that word, moist.
Yeah.
It's not as flavourful. It's still, a lot of them are still decent vapes. I had the Falcon a while ago, and the Falcon was decent.
I've got the Freemax Mesh Pro, and that's a hell of a bloody tank. But it don't compare to. Something like this. What's that? I think is that 9 mil of juice in there. It's got a couple of your series aliens in the bottom, and the way you have to wick that is you only wick it halfway down the juice pot, otherwise it dry hits. And that was a couple of different reviewers what have said that. So you only actually get it halfway down. You still got to be able to hit some metal with your tweezers underneath the thing. And the flavour that comes out of that is absolutely banging. The last time I did it, I didn't quite get enough. It needed to be just that slightly bit lower because I did get a little bit of spit off it. And it was, once you get that's in series, so it's a bit warm really to be drinking juice. It's a bit like flicking boiling hot water at the back of your throat. It's a hell of a tank.
the Voltrove have like a cult following, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people rave about them.
There was a obviously it was for Mike. You won some liquids, didn't you?
You won like a lifetime supply.
Yeah, lifetime supply. So
Oh.
you're basically finished, aren't you? You're like Bill. He's just got enough flavours to.
Well, actually, I'll show you. See what I'm saying.
Hello, JP. Hope you're well, mate.
It's like 30 mil.
They're all 30 mils.
30 mil. 30 mil. It's like.
So what will 30 make? 90? 100?
I won 40 30 mil concentrates that you can turn into 250 mil.
Right.
So what? Someone can do the maths on that. It's like.
So you'll not be doing any amatorium then at 10% off? I don't think you need to, really, do you?
No, I don't need to buy juice for a long time. And I thought sometimes you win something like juice and the sell by date is like a year, but there's like 4 years on the sell by date. So
Yeah. That was one thing about competition. It was absolutely fabulous. It was. I was that embarrassed. I won twice by buying 2 tickets. It was more of a donation than a bid to win anything.
Yeah, I would say I didn't really expect to win it, to be honest. Yeah.
And I won twice, and so I bought 2 more tickets and didn't win. So I thought I'd put a fair amount in there. But that Voltrove is absolutely fantastic, and there's a little mech as well that I won, which I can't see the name on the bottom of, and I can't remember the boxes. And it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. It's only the Goon 1.5 fits on it perfectly, and it looks really nice. So I was really pleased, and I would never get rid of either.
I was hoping to win that Voltrove, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're over $100.
Sadly,
I think.
It's never going to be for sale. So it's never going to be for sale or gift, not unless I'll leave you in my will. How's that? That's all you're getting.
Deal.
But I want a couple of sets of coils sent in. When I go down to the thing, I want it to be your coils that sets fire to the coffin. so you'll have to send the rule breaker down to fire me up. They're one shots, yeah, Andrew, aren't they? Are they one shots? Those that you won. You got the chat up.
They're 30 mil concentrates, yeah.
And what do you mix them at? You drop that into a 240.
Yeah, I just use a website. I don't know. I just punch in the numbers and whatever comes out. It tells you on the bottle what percentage to mix it at.
But Bill's worked it out, and it says, is it 25%? 20%. Yeah. So one of them will make
20%. Yeah.
That'll make 500 mil then, won't it? No, what is it? It's what is 30?
30 mil, yeah.
Yeah. No, it won't make 500 mil then, like you say, it'll make about, I don't know.
20%.
I won 1,000 mil of DV concentrates on the Vaping Truckers fundraiser. I think I'm good for a few years. Well, that was what I won the Voltrove and the Mick on. And I was absolutely made up by it. But it was just a sad thing that somebody had to lose their life so I could win a Voltrove. And it was sort of one of them where you were so pleased to get it, but so sad that, but what a lovely bunch of people. Selling like 1,400 mil.
They sent me blue cheese.
Now you get a drop of blue cheese. 30
mil blue cheese, yeah.
Have you whipped it up? Get the nice bit. If you can get a graham cracker with that should be somewhere near me, like an afternoon, after dinner sort of thing.
Yeah.
I actually like blue cheese, but I've never tried vaping it. 1,400 mil, Christ. It was a lovely thing that they did. It's nice people. It's nice to know such nice people. I don't know how we're going to go on Sunday, Bill, because there's a Windows update, and if I might do a Benny and everything be wrong. Probably go on and we'll be upside down. So have you got a list of builders that you want to stream with then?
Nick Devine is the pinnacle.
Pinnacle, yeah.
He's like
He's
the
the only problem is
pinnacle,
you just said that now, so all the other ones are going to think, fuck him.
Fuck him. Son of a bitch.
What about Nick Green? Do you fancy having a build with Nick Green?
Nick.
Green.
Green.
Yeah. I've noticed he does follow you on Instagram.
He did, yeah, he followed me last week. I'd give him, I could do a build off with him, couldn't I?
Yeah, we know how to win.
He could probably do stagger fuse clappings better than I can. It's like, first
I'd
go,
put him-
he got a first go, it was brilliant, like, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, he knows still. I genuinely like him. There's other people that don't care to watch him, but I actually genuinely like the bloke.
I'm not a big fan of the whole advocacy stuff. It's just, and I like his like normal shows, his normal vlogs and stuff are good.
Yeah, I don't watch that.
Yeah, it gets.
I think sometimes, not to speak badly of anybody, but sometimes it's well, let's all ring them up, and it's like, I mean, we've just got a thing now with the taxis. All of a sudden, there's a big company. They've got they own a shopping centre, so they've got in touch with the highways council and told them they want to shut the road off where our taxi rank is for 3 days to put one of their fares on. So I fired an email off, knowing full well it's not going to make the blindest bit of difference ever. There's nothing you can do because they've decided together and they scratch each other's back. And one's a multimillionaire and the other one's the council who are desperate to bring things to the town. So a load of rough-ass cab drivers ain't got a plan. Open hell, no way. But sometimes in your life, you haven't got to be popular. You've just got to say what you think. So I did, and I've encouraged other people to do the same thing. Because you can't always be told what to do, but just by somebody because they've got lots of money.
I've sent some stuff to the local, what do you call it in English, the TD, the local member of parliament. What do you call it?
MP.
MP. Yeah. Like you get vape and stuff sent to you through Facebook, and to be asking you to send it on. So I've sent emails and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know how much they can do really. They're doing what they're told by the EU. Well, especially from in Ireland, they're going to be doing what they're told by the EU.
Are they? Oh yeah.
It's not going to be an email from me. Is not going to do much.
No, but sometimes you've got to. I was sat there yesterday, and I got this email through. They made sure it landed at 6:30 in the evening while everything was shut, because they knew they were going to get a load of whinges. And so it turned up, and I thought, I'm just going to tell them what I think. And I said, I think this is absolutely disgusting. I'm disgusted by it, and I think you're bullying small businesses. And I said, I think that you're prejudiced against small businesses by just telling us we can clear off over there for the weekend. Go over there now, over there. We don't need you this weekend. Go over there. We're doing our thing. Go over there, children. Adults are talking. That type of thing. And I thought, well, I'm gonna, I've got to the age now where I think I'm 55 years old. So generally, most of the people that you're dealing with are younger than you, because they are, aren't they? Because if they're much older than you, they'd be retired.
Yeah.
Especially working for a council, they'd be on some, And I thought, well, I'll just make my thoughts heard. And then I got in touch with them, and the one guy just said, well, what difference would it make if I sent an email? I said, you'd feel much better. And he said, well, you're right, I would actually. He said, it's not going to change anything. I said, you never know. If one person said one, well, 50 people said one.
Yeah.
That's the way it is, isn't it? But chances are we'll still be doing as we're told. I thought of a cracking idea. If you get 50 cabs and park them up straight in front of the entrance to a shopping centre and take one wheel off each cab, and say, I've got a puncture, and then just sit there for an hour. Just imagine the absolute chaos it would cause in an hour. And then they'll come out and say, well, you'll have to move your car, people can't get in. Say, well, we can't work, so why should you? You know what I mean? It would have an amazing effect, because all the local papers would think, bloody hell, somebody's finally stood up to him. Let's go and report on this. Then we'd end up in grumpy people in local newspapers on Facebook. Only 55, I feel about 505 today. I've got to be honest, I've just done 2 COVID tests, and both of them have tested positive.
Have you a temperature?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a banging head and a sore throat. I ain't got a cough. I feel like I've got a cold and I've got all the aches and pains and stuff like that. It started this afternoon. I noticed I was vaping, and I thought, I know there's, you can taste the sweetness at the back of your throat, but I can't taste anything else. And this stuff is like an Heisenberg. I mean, normally it's as fresh as a daisy and it blows your socks off. And the last thing, it's like trying to eat a polo mint and then drink water. It never goes right, does it? But I can't taste anything from it at all.
And was it traced back to that man in somebody from your cab, was it?
I don't think so, no.
No.
No, my wife works in a supermarket and there was a lady there that's had it and come back to work and their husband still got it. So, you don't know, do you? Because I haven't been out. I genuinely haven't been out for a week. I didn't go out at all. They said don't go out and I didn't go out. I didn't go past then. I went and put the bins out on Wednesday, which is the end of the path, and that's as far as I went. Didn't go anywhere apart from the COVID test. You got the vid? Yeah, I think so. That's what it says on the those lateral flow tests. I've just done 2 of them, and they both came up. So,
what way does that work now for you? Do you have to go for like a official test?
I'm going tomorrow. Yeah, I booked in for 11 o'clock in the morning. Go down, so I'll be able to drive down there, and I won't be able to move from the house until if it comes back negative, I'm then free to go out.
How long does it take to get the result?
It depends really. Last time it took 36 hours, but sometimes they're back in 12. It just depends how many people's got it today. I've had both jabs, so we'll see. But I've got no. I'm not feeling any problem with my chest or anything like that. I've just took some paracetamols and things like that, which earlier on I took some paracetamols and they made me feel a lot better.
When was your second jab? Recently?
May. End of May. Because I got the first one and then they said, it's going to be 11 weeks. And then because I'm over 50, they were worried about the Delta variant. So they allowed us to go earlier. So you had to show a bit of balls and cancel your appointment and then rebook one. And somebody says, he said it takes some doing. You've got to cancel your test. You're like, God, what happens if it comes up and you can't get it for another 4 months? But as soon as I tried to rebook it, it came up with a test 3 weeks earlier. I booked it on the Thursday, and both me and my wife went within 10 minutes of each other on the Monday afternoon. Although there was a bit of a queue that time, but so they got us all done. I mean, I can't knock them. I'm not going to sit here and slag them off. I mean, they've sent. I'm self-employed. Never expected them to send anything, and they've helped us to keep going. And it's not the government's fault. There's a pandemic. It's all over the world, isn't it? It's just one of them things. You did one on Monday and got it on the result on Tuesday. I did one on the other week because they made me do self-isolate, and I did one on the Wednesday, and it came back Thursday evening. But a friend of mine had one earlier on in the pandemic, and he went in the evening, and before he got up on the next morning, it had already come through on his phone. It was clear. So,
hopefully with the 2 jabs it shouldn't hit you as hard.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, that's right. Yeah, I think it's just the temperature at the minute. I feel really, really warm, and the aches and pains in your fingers and stuff like that at the minute. Apparently they pick up flu as well, so I could just have flu. I haven't got a cough, although I did have one earlier in the week, like a little like that sort of cough. So
the loss of taste is a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah. I'll be able to vape some of Bill's liquid now.
I have some
all those things that Bill likes. I'm going to vape them.
There's some blue cheese if you want it.
Well, it'd probably be fast. 30 mil of that. Get it down.
It's lovely.
What do you think of that? Bang on. Well, I'll make you some more then. And then all of a sudden you've got over it and you get your taste back. Maybe not. But the only downside to this thing, I've got an 85-year-old father and he visited yesterday. And he's not the wellest man in the world. So he may have to, he's got a scan on Tuesday and he may have to self-isolate. If I test positive, he'll have to self-isolate and he won't be able to go to the hospital. But I've done 4 lateral flow tests in the last week because one thing they gave me in for free, and I wanted to know if it had come up and stuff like that. So I went back to work the other day when I was supposed to do, And then it's only since then. I mean, today, but I had a few beers last night. I thought, God, I've got a bit of an hangover. And then when I came in, I thought, I'm just going to do one of them. And within about a minute, Vern says, poke your bum and poke your bum and smell it. That'll fix everything. Thanks a lot, Vern. Are you still fed up with Hell Vape? He came in our chat the other day, and you've got some serious moderation on here then, John, if they can't say poke your bum.
That's I was held, was it? No, it's okay.
What, sorry?
I was held.
Yeah, it was held, yeah. Yeah, if you've got a... they do, you get quite a few of them, and sometimes you're on a phone and you think... And sometimes it's nothing, isn't it? It's decided that you're being a bit rough like. It's like, I think you're being a bit rough.
Yeah, my wife's father, he's had bowel cancer twice in the last 2 years. He had COVID 3 months ago. He's 87. And he's still going, you know? Yeah.
They just do, don't they? They just... My dad's been, but he's just at the minute, he's not very well. And the other sad thing is, we'd organised for his sister to come down to my brother's house as a surprise. He was going across there to have a meal, and we were all going to turn up, 25 of us. Which I think 12 of us aren't allowed to go now. But I'd rather do that than... Because, they're all... His sister and her husband must be in the 70s.
Yeah.
So, such is life. Well, you just can't, can you? Poke your bum and smell it, and that will fix everything. Is that in the medical journals then, Vern, or is it just something that you've actually thought of? Sounds like what Herbert do, though.
That's advice from that MP Hancock, is it?
Yeah, that might be poke her bum. Actually, they're having. I'm not surprised that they are either, because they've raided 2 flats today. Because obviously that was a data breach. Because it is a data breach. You're not supposed to be able to view CCTV in the Houses of Parliament, regardless of what people are doing. It's the Houses of Parliament, isn't it? So I knew they'd be after them for something. So they've raided 2 houses today to sort it out.
Did he know the camera was there or no?
Oh, no.
No, he didn't know.
No. Oh, he did know the camera was there, but I presume because the cameras will be everywhere, and then... but he'll have thought, well, nobody's going to say anything because the security men won't say anything because that's what they do.
Yeah.
And obviously then somebody got hold of the footage and played it to wherever. I mean, you shouldn't have done it, really, should you? If you're going to be a member of Parliament and tell everybody what to do, he actually broke COVID rules as well to do something. And so if you're doing that, then you deserve to get found out, don't you?
Yeah, bad timing for sure. Yeah. Are you going to be allowed to do this live now?
Say again?
Are you going to be allowed to do this live now Sunday?
Am I going to?
Be allowed to do the live on Sunday?
I think you can. There's no rules on YouTube saying that you've got to have
You'd be in close proximity to Bill.
Yeah, I don't think you can catch it down the microphone. I don't think there's anything to do with that. But we'll see. I mean, I could be feeling much better. I might find out I ain't actually got it. It could be something contaminant in the... Because they say you're not supposed to have anything, not have a vape or anything, because vape's got glycerine in it, and it picks orange juice up and stuff like that. But I genuinely don't tell anything. I rinsed my mouth out with water before I had the second one, and it come up just the same straight away. So whether it's been lurking since the week last Monday, I don't know. I've just missed a week's wages, so it looks like we're going to miss another one, which is pretty shit. I'll have to do a GoFundMe and get Bill to send me money. He's one of those rich American pensioners, so we should be okay.
Do fans only.
Can you imagine? I think they may be disappointed if I start doing an OnlyFans. the best way to check you're feeling better. Okay. There's one thing when you start to do lives at this time of night, you find out that most people have gone to bed because obviously they've got to get up and go to work tomorrow. The sad thing is, I haven't. But you know, if you keep, I've found out at like 9 and 10 o'clock at night, there's a lot of people still about then.
Yeah.
That's why we knocked half an hour off the Late Night Vape Show, because at the time I was sort of stuck in here, not really sort of stimulated by anything as such, and sometimes it got a little bit difficult as you were getting to the last half an hour to actually think of anything to say because you hadn't done anything. Whereas an hour is really easy, and it's a nice bite-sized sort of thing for people to sort of listen to as a podcast on the way to work and stuff like that. I do actually enjoy doing those little build things. I think that's
the hour goes by very quick. We'll wrap it up, I think, Louis. That's an hour now.
Yeah, remember everybody. John's obviously put the other thing up on the thing, so to click onto that, especially if you're a builder, you'll find that fascinating. With Nick Devine, 10 o'clock UK time, British summertime.
If you have any coil building questions, just fire them at him.
Yeah, it won't answer you like this. He'll switch the chat off and just sit there wallowing.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for everyone for watching, and hopefully see you all Saturday. Thanks for coming in, Mick.
Well, I'll probably be on Saturday now as well.
Teach me a few things.
Thanks for the champagne and that on the way through the green room. I think that was really cool. You don't get that on some other shows. Late Night Vape Show, you get
cheese flavored champagne.
Yeah, when you're in the Laid Back Vape Show, you get a bag of cheesy things, them cheesy bites. That's all they get, and some really warm lemonade. All
right. See you.
Catch you later, everybody. Bye. Thank you very much for coming in. Please like and subscribe. Take care, Vern.